Hello there, I'm Ryan Chan, the CEO and founder of UpKeep. Today we'll explore the essentials of a high-functioning MRO, maintenance, repairs, and operations storeroom. We'll look at common requirements, key areas of MRO storeroom management, and how you can optimize it to ensure the right parts and materials are available at the right time. Stay tuned till the end, and I'll reveal the 7 habits of an effective maintenance storeroom leader. Let's get started. The objective of your MRO storeroom is to manage parts and material investments. It provides the parts and components needed to repair equipment and support business objectives. Without an effective maintenance storeroom, the results can be catastrophic. So, let's dive in and learn how to optimize and manage the total cost of your storeroom while enabling it to provide the right parts and materials at the right time. So, what exactly is a maintenance storeroom? It's a secure area set aside for storeroom parts, materials, and other necessities used in maintenance, repair, and operations. One of the primary goals of your storeroom is to keep parts for future use to avoid prolonged downtime, plant shutdown, and lost income. There are some common storeroom requirements you should follow. For instance, you should only store parts that are linked to an asset, with the exception being free stock and operating supplies. You should also promote physical security for parts and make sure each part is assigned a minimum, maximum, and reorder point. It's also important to measure storeroom performance with key performance indicators, or KPIs, such as stockouts, storeroom value, inventory turns, and mean time between failures. Now let's talk about the key areas of MRO storeroom management. These can be divided into 6 parts, all of which drive toward improved results. First, we have measurements. In your maintenance storeroom, some of the potential issues you might have are stockouts, parts cost, and vendor efficiency. Next, we have materials. You want to make sure you have the right materials, the right lubricants, and the right parts in stock. Then, there's personnel. It's vital to have all processes mapped out and executed precisely. Everyone should be trained in the same way in the specific tasks they need to perform, and their roles should be clearly defined. Environment is another important component of managing your MRO inventory. Humidity can be a problem for certain parts, and many items need to be stored to proper specifications. The storage environment also needs to be secure. Your methods need to involve sound procedures, meaning everyone does everything the same way every time. An additional method is to use KPI dashboards. Finally, your assets should be operated and maintained to specification. This cannot be done without the right parts and materials. To measure the performance of your MRO inventory, consider tracking metrics like inventory turnover rate, stockouts, inventory accuracy, percentage of parts assigned to assets, number of expedited parts, cost of emergency purchases, back orders, vendor efficiency, vendor-owned inventory, and inactive stock. So, what does a good storeroom look like? A well-run MRO storeroom will be clean and organized, provide the right parts at the right time, store parts according to best practices, be secure 24/7, charge parts to assets or work orders, conduct monthly cycle counting, have adequate conditioned air for specific assets, turn large horsepower motors monthly, place fast-moving parts up front, have a secure kitting area, and track all parts. On the other hand, signs of poor storeroom management include poor housekeeping, recurring stockouts, expedites on materials already on order, parts and materials not charged to a work order or asset, no return to stock process, and no kitting for scheduled work. When MRO storeroom management falls short, there are a number of common causes that are worth looking at. These include lack of effective standard operating procedures, people being unaware of what they don't know, complacency with the norm, measuring the wrong things, and no scorecard. Effective MRO storeroom management is a function of effective leadership. The 7 habits of an effective maintenance storeroom leader are ensuring all maintenance parts checked out are charged to a work order, monitoring leading and lagging storeroom KPIs, securing the storeroom 24/7, applying technology to manage the storeroom effectively, bringing in vendors to provide free training to technicians, shipping rebuild items to the rebuilt facility within 48 hours, and inspecting rebuild facilities to ensure quality of rebuilds. Having a clean and efficient MRO storeroom brings several benefits. These include lower costs and increased revenue, reduced waste, lower freight costs, lower inventory carrying costs, and maximized use of available space. Being proactive with your storeroom begins with an evaluation. Walk through it once per week and check on various items. Also, set some goals and priorities based on your company's immediate needs and resources. A useful tool for managing your parts inventory is the ABC analysis. A category items usually compose 15 to 20% of your total inventory, but represent 80% of your inventory's value. B category items represent 30 to 35% of your inventory and 15% of its total value. C category items compose 50% of your inventory, but only 5% of its value. There are also some basic guidelines to follow when it comes to controlling your inventory. These include securing the storeroom 24/7, charging all parts to a work order assigned to a specific asset, using a barcode scanner to scan parts and work orders, applying the first-in, first-out principle, and keeping all parts for scheduled maintenance in a secure location separate from the storeroom. Finally, let's talk about the difference between emergency work and proactive maintenance. The workflows for parts obtainment look something like this. For emergency work, the process starts with an emergency work notification and ends with updating your CMMS metric. For proactive maintenance, the process starts with generating a work ID from preventive maintenance, predictive maintenance, and operator care, and ends with closing out the work order in the system. Storeroom waste can be eliminated through the 6S method. The 6 S's include sort, straighten, scrub, standardize, sustain, and security. So, what's next? The following 4 steps can help you optimize your MRO storeroom management. Educate everyone in maintenance materials, best practices and processes, agree on a master plan for improvement, create a RACI chart aligned with your MRO process map, and establish leading and lagging KPIs to track. By following these steps, you'll be well on your way toward implementing the principles of MRO storeroom best practices. And that brings us to the end of our video. Thank you for joining us in exploring the essentials of a high-functioning MRO storeroom. We've covered common requirements, key areas of MRO storeroom management, and how you can optimize it to ensure the right parts and materials are available at the right time. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel for more content like this. For more information about how UpKeep can help your maintenance and reliability teams be more successful, please visit us at upkeep.com. Thanks again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.